Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are in Stranded Deep, and what we're going to do today is work with the map editor. And the map editor is very awesome. Seriously, you can do so much with this map editor. Anything that you can think up, you can do. It's pretty cool. Fairly simple, fairly easy to use, but very complex, if that makes sense. Like, you can do so much with it. It's a cool map editor. So what we're going to do is we're going to get into this map editor. We're going to edit a island that we're going to start a survival series on. Now, like I said, you can do a lot with this map editor. Basically what I'm going to do is just go in there and make me a nice little survival map. Add a few things that I need, because you could put on your island everything that you absolutely need to survive and never run out of stuff. Like, you could do that. But I'm not going to do that, because I want a legitimate survival map, and I want it to be a legitimate survival series where I'm going to have to travel to other islands for resources when I run out of resources on my own island. So basically I'm going to make a home island where I'm going to live, and I'll add a few items that I need to start out with, just to get me started so I don't die from starvation and things like that. But basically, I'm gonna have to survive. Once I make this map, I'm going to have to survive. I'm gonna have to fish and cook and things like that. So that's what we're gonna do. We're going to get into this map editor. Now, for the sake of video today, I turned off the background music completely. There is background music. I shut it off. I left the master volume up and sound effects and things like that, but I completely shut off the background music just because I didn't want it drowning out my voice or whatever. So. Alright, so we're going to create a map. Now, I have made some maps, or played around with some maps, and I'm not going to use those. We're going to start from scratch, and I've got some really cool ideas for things that I want to do for map editing. And then I'm just going to do minimal stuff as far as objects and things I'm going to need, like sticks and rocks, and, things that I'm going to use to craft items to use to survive. Now, if you haven't played Stranded Deep, it's on Steam and it's early access, and it is a blast. It is a fun island survival game. So here we are in the map editor, and this is what we get to start out with right here. Not too bad. I think I'm going to connect these two islands. No, I'm not. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go right into the objects, and I've got a really cool. No, it's under rocks. I'm going to go into rocks, and all the way at the bottom, let's see, I got structures up. We have these things, they're called cliffs, and I'm going to put some of these along here, along this ridge, and to get from one island to the other, I'm going to have a walkway. So I like that. I like that idea. So let's check that out. We'll get down in here real quick and see what we got and try to do this. Now, this map editing series might take a couple episodes to finish my edit, and then we can get into the map, or we can get into the survival. Now, here where you see the green, blue, and red arrows. That's for up and down, back and forth, and left and right. So once you place something, you can still move it. And I haven't figured out if you can turn things or not, and I'm thinking you can't. I've never been able to turn anything. But anyway, we're going to put these cliffs right along this edge here, and I'm going to build them up kind of high. I might have to build the island up a little bit, but that way then we can have a walkway in between these two cliffs. And some of these cliffs are really sweet. Like, you got like this one here. You can just kind of put them together, make it look kind of cool. And I love this map editor. I've been having so much fun just playing around with this. Let's build this up a little more. Kind of looks a little bit like a castle wall almost. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to build this ridge right along this island, and then I want to build a little ridge right here, and then I want a walkway going across. Now, this water isn't deep enough. It's pretty shallow in between the two islands. I might make that deeper. And how you do that is you go into your terrain and you go lower, and you can pick any one of these to lower it. And I'll just pick this one. And you can lower this water. You can make this water super deep. And that's kind of what I want. I want it real deep, so you have to kind of use the walkway to get across. You don't just walk across. So we're going to make these islands like separate islands, completely separate islands. Because that's a lot of shallow water right there. So we can make it pretty deep. That'd be cool. Alrighty, so I'm going to keep working with these cliffs and trying to, and there's a ton of them. There's a load of them. You can kind of build it out a little bit, which I'll probably do with that. Grab this one. I'm just going to kind of keep building this up, or building this across, and I'm gonna build across on the other side as well. Just keep. I'm not gonna build all. Well, I'm not gonna build all the way across. I'm just gonna kind of, just try to make it so it's like two separate islands. It keeps the islands separated. Maybe put a lot of trees and resources on one island. On the other island is where I'll live, so I have to go back and forth. And there's like a really cool walkway under structures that I can put across there. And you can really zoom right down in here and just kind of see what you got going on. You can see if your objects are sitting on the ground and things like that. And you know, and once you got it, you can kind of, you know, put it down in the ground just to make sure, you know, that they're sitting on the ground and look like actual part of the environment rather than floating stuff. That's what's really awesome about this map editor, is you're just right down in there with it, which is really cool. If you've got a creative side, you'll enjoy this. If you have a creative side, and if you like say Minecraft and building in Minecraft and doing creative things on video games, as far as you know, creating and building, you're gonna love this map editor. And the fact that the people who made Stranded Deep added this, so happy they did this. Alright, so I'm going to try not to take a whole load of time on this edit. I just want to get this edited and start my survival. So I think I'm good with this, and I might build out a little area here a little more. And I've even thought about, instead of using a walkway, building the cliff across the water, like keep going like this. Like you keep taking these and just kind of keep building them out and make an actual cliff. I might do that because it would be more organic, more natural. So I might do that. Anyway, I'm going to get this built up. Once we get this cliff face built that I want to do, then I'm going to start putting my objects in, and maybe we'll get this done in one episode. Maybe not. I'm thinking probably not. I don't think I'll get it done all in one episode, this edit. But that's okay. That's okay, because I mean, it is fun to edit and kind of, you know, show you guys some of the ins and outs. You know, if you haven't figured it out on your own, or if you haven't played the game yet, this will give you kind of, not really a tutorial, but kind of a basics idea of how to use the editor. It's really simple. Really simple. You right mouse click to spin your camera. You just hold the right mouse button down, that'll spin your camera around, and then you can just move up and down with either the arrow keys or, you know, the WAS and D keys, which, you know, moves you right and left and back and forth, just like playing a first-person shooter or just like playing Stranded Deep. That's how you move yourself around. Alrighty, so we got this cliff here. I'm going to add details to this too, and it looks awesome when you get into the game and you've done your edit and you get into the game and you see it, because the graphic wise, this game detail wise is so awesome, beautiful, literally beautiful. When there's a sunset and you're standing out on the beach and there's a sunset and in the water, this game is beautifully made. It really is. I mean, from an artistic standpoint, it is beautifully made. It really is an incredible game. So I I think that'd be good enough. I'm gonna add, like I said, I'm gonna add details, so I'm gonna put rocks and things around the edge of here. Like I'll show you, like we got some rocks up here. They got shoreline rocks, and I like to take these and like kind of place them along there just to kind of, you know, help separate it a little bit, and then you know, you can raise that up, you know. So you know, that helps kind of, I don't know, make things look like they're just stuck there. You know, you kind of try to blend things in. I really am getting like as creative. My creative juices are flowing with this game. I'm really much enjoying it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add another, because I want this to come straight across. So I need to add a tall cliff, which is called Cliff 2. I'm going to add it right here. I'm going to get down in there so I can see what I'm doing. Alright, so let's drop this down a little bit and pull it back. Just kind of get it blended in there. Okay, and then I want to grab, it's Cliff 4. I'm going to start building it out and build this cliff out. Raise this up, pull it back. Yeah, and just start building this across to meet up with this other one, and then I'll have to have like a way of getting up to it. So I'll build rocks up, almost like a natural stairway up to it, and we'll be able to go from one island to another. And you can copy and paste. I forgot to tell you that, and I haven't been doing that because I forgot myself. You can copy and paste objects at the exact same height. Just Control C, Control V, and you'll copy and paste this rock. I'll show you right now. There, I just copy and pasted it, and then I got another one right on top of it, and you can just keep pulling them out and building your bridge. So we'll go Control C, Control V, and we'll just keep doing that. See, so that's a really nice, very, very helpful if you're doing like a lot of one thing, to have that as an option to build across there, and just keep like Control C, Control V, and it just keeps doing it. So that is a really nice touch. And I'll put like some rocks and stuff on top of this cliff too, to kind of make it not look so, you know, so like they all kind of look the same. So you'll add some different rocks and things like that to kind of break it up a little bit. Go up here too. We'll grab some of these shore rocks. You can kind of just place them on there, kind of put them down in the rock face a little bit. Let's see. Grab some of these. These are more shore rocks, and just kind of stick them in there, you know. And you can do all sorts of stuff, but yeah, that's let's see, let's go down here, kind of turn, look up and turn and look at this. So let's back up a little bit. So that's kind of what we got going on, and like I said, I'll add some details around the bottom there to break that up. I'm gonna put like some trees and stuff on top too, and you're not seeing the full effect, the full details. Once you get in there, there's like grassy stuff and foliage and things like that growing across these rocks, and there's all sorts of detail once you actually enter the map and find your island. You'll see all the details going on in there. It is so cool. I'm telling you, this is fun. If you're feeling creative and you want to get some creativity out, you're gonna love this. You really are. So here we're just gonna kind of break this up around the water's edge and around the beach and stuff like that. There's all sorts of other rocks. There's some of these great big ones you can kind of plop in there. Here's one that you can stick along there, because if you see what I mean, like I'll come back here and show you, like along the bottom of these cliffs, it just looks like they're just stuck in the ground. So So to add some of these rocks and stuff to try to break that up a little bit, and maybe it's just me being very, very particular, and I really am. I'm very particular when it comes to things like that. So, but it is fun, and it's fun to just kind of put all this together. And the cool thing is once you're done, and once you're actually surviving on that island, that is an island that you made. You made that island specifically, you know, your design of an island. And then you get to play it. You get to survive on it. And I don't know. I'm pretty excited about this, as if you can't tell. And I need to look underneath this to make sure, because I might have to. If it looks, I don't think it will. I don't think it'll look hollow underneath. Some of them do. Some of them you can see through them. But I think this one's meant to stick up off the ground. So there we go. Alright, so I'm gonna go, let's go to trees real quick. Let's see, what is that? I'll use that, and then I'll also use, there's another tree I really, really like. See where it's at. It looks really cool. This one looks awesome, sticking out of a cliffside. So, like you can put this, you know, like this, and just kind of drop it down in there a little bit. That looks, I mean, that's just the details that you can add, and that looks really sweet, you know, sticking out of the cliffside like that. And I'm gonna have to, I think I need to lower this one. Yeah, it was sticking up too much. But these are little details that you can keep adding to your cliff. And like I said, once you get in there, you'll see the full details of the game, because there's other things that appear that you're not seeing in the map editor, like little foliage and little, you know, things. I don't know how to explain it, but this is a cool map editor. And basically, to break this down before I end this episode, to break this down, I'm going to probably build these islands a little bit bigger, just by going into the terrain editor. You go to raise, and then you can just kind of make these islands a little bigger. I think I'm going to do that for each one because they're kind of small. Just kind of fill them out a little bit so I have bigger space. Not too big. And then one of these islands, I'm going to put a load of trees and a load of like potato plants and yuccas and things like that I can use. And probably some rocks and things like that. I'm going to scatter stuff here and there. And just things that I have to go and find to survive with. Now, once I start the map, there will be other islands around me. There'll be other islands I can go to, so that I'm not just stuck in the middle of the ocean with these two tiny islands. I'll be able to travel. So that is cool. You can do okay. I'll just go through a few things. And then next episode I'll start tweaking on this island some more. I might redo that walkway a little different. Not really caring for it, so I might take that away and do something a little different there. Maybe build the cliff closer together or something. We'll figure it out in the next episode. But what you can do is, if you go into objects, and some of this stuff is so cool. There's under structures. There is sunken ships. So you can grab, like, say this sunken ship. You can put this sunken ship somewhere, you know, out in the water, or stuck off your island like that, or, you know, up against, like, hanging off your island over here. And so you come down here, and you got this sunken ship off your island, which is cool, you know, where you can drag it out in the water and, you know, raise it up a little bit, or put a cliffside out there or something. You know, there's so much you can do with this map editor, and it's freaking fun. It is really fun. Yeah, so I think what I'm gonna do before we end this episode, I'm gonna get rid of this. I'm not real happy with this. And pretty much you just hit delete. It asks you if you want to delete it. You get rid of it. So I'm gonna get rid of this cliffside, or this little walkway here. And I'm going to do something different in the next episode, just to I just don't like the way that looks. And there is, I'll show you what I'm going to do. And actually, I might just do it right now before we end the episode. Get rid of that one. Okay. I'm going to get rid of that one too. And I might put a... Come on. Okay. So right across from that one, let's go back into rocks. Go all the way down to cliffs. I'm going to grab... Let's see, which one? Is it cliff 5? Cliff 3? Cliff 4? Cliff 4. And I'm going to put it like right here. Okay, and then if we go back into structures, which you already have open, there is a walkway. What's it called? Here it is. It's called a Seafort Bridge. And, where is it? So see that? Yeah, this is cool. So this is something we can stick across here as a walkway, which is really sweet. All right, I gotta move underneath here a little bit. Spin this around. I might have to fix my cliff side a little bit, because that's... So we get this over here on the cliff. Drop it down a little bit, and then yeah, I'm gonna have to have a cliff stick out a little further or something right here, because they don't line up, which is okay, because we can have something sticking out like right here. So and we'll probably have to do another walkway. But I'm going to grab this cliff. Where is it? Right there. I'm going to put it here. Drop it down. Yeah. And then maybe build it out one more. Yeah, and then this will meet up to it. So I can click on this, Control C, Control V, and oops, grab the wrong arrow. I want the blue arrow. We can just slide that over, slide that in there. You know, just kind of something like that. Something like that. I mean, it'll take a little playing around with, but you can see kind of what I'm doing here. Trying to put, you know, just a walkway across there, and I'll mess around with this to try to get it how I want it, you know. But anyway, there you have it, guys. We are 23 minutes in. I only want to do 20-minute episodes, but I'm getting... I got an idea of what I want to do for my survival island. Next time we will really get this knocked out. I'm going to get all the detail laid out around the cliffs and stuff and get my little walkway done and add some of my details and then all the items I need to survive. And then we are going to start a survival series in Stranded Deep, and I'm going to name this island something. I'm not sure what I'm going to name it yet. And we're going to start surviving. So I look forward to the next episode, and I look forward to really tweaking this this map that I'm working on right now. So I thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.